Oh, hey. Since you're here, let's talk about communication. Hey, Izzy. Can I have a margarita on the rocks? If you could be so kind to fetch that for me. Izzy? Yep. Margarita on the rocks? Hello? Izzy, the margarita. Fetcheth thy margarita. Obviously, it doesn't work like that with dogs. We have to take a different approach. What I really want you to take notice of is the way she uses the marker.
Yes.
So there's this dude named Pavlov. What he did, he sounded the bell, paired it with food. Sounded the bell, paired it with food. Sounded the bell, paired it with food. And what he discovered was dogs began to salivate when they heard the bell. We use this to condition dogs to a marker, Josh, a marker, which allows us to improve our timing so we can get correct responses from the dog. Oh, like that. That was good. All right, so we're gonna take a closer look at Rogue and Tracy. Very short one with Rogue. She was kind of distracted, but I mean, no big deal. Like, you get in there, you start popping off the marker, the dog is not engaging, maybe it's not hungry. I mean, what can you do? What can you do? But like find a stopping place and just move on to something else, or like give your dog a break, have some fun. Change things up, don't push too far too fast. So even for our dogs doing place bed work, we use our markers a lot. These guys are working on a lot of duration because they've done this a lot. But we still don't want our marker, like we don't want to cause extinction with our marker. Another thing you'll notice with us is we mark, then we move. Because I want the verbal marker to take precedence over the movement, not vice versa. So I'll go yes, then I move. Yes, then I move. The YES needs to send me like to the bag or to the dog, depending on what I'm working with at the time.
Yes.
Do the hands again. Go ahead.
Yes.
So we especially use it a lot in our healing work because it helps us mark moments in time telling the dog, hey, that was correct. Like we have a very specific way we heal, and that's why we use the stool a lot. It pushes the dog into the person, and that sets us up for reward. The more we reward something, the likelihood that this behavior will continue.
Yes.
You can stop it. Yes. So the marker is especially important when you're working with dogs like Briggs. Briggs is afraid of men. So anytime he does something towards me, like I used to reward that look, yes. But now I want him to come straight to me. Even though I'm trying to bend over the top of him, I want to get him used to this kind of pressure, yes. So he gets stronger. Oh, good boy, yes. He didn't show he didn't show any signs of fear of the camera, so I went ahead and marked that as well. Yes, good boy. Oh, good boy, yes. He didn't show he didn't show any signs of fear of the camera, so I went ahead and marked that as well. Yes, good boy.
Doing all kinds of stuff. We got Sam and Piper here, and we're gonna work on how they are very insecure when other dogs get up in their faces. We got Drake here. He's gonna be our guy.
I like that.
This is a hot dog.
Did Doritos make you drool?
Pavlov at its finest.
That's the truth.
So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be taking Drake and we're gonna be bringing him up to see where Piper's threshold is. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark yes for the correct response out of Piper, which is not reacting to Drake in her space. And then we reward her.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Good. Yes.
Yes.
Good boy. Yes. Good. No. Heel. Good. Much better. No. Yes. Good.
So Piper's threshold is pretty close to her. So a dog literally has to come essentially over this bedline and right in her face for her to show a reaction. But no dog should be up in her grill anyways. So we try to push where we can and then reward her for those correct responses of not reacting to the dog.
Do you have any
Yes, good job.
closing remarks on markers?
I do. You can see that Sam is sitting right next to Piper, and really the only difference between Sam and Piper is that Sam has been in this rubber room on the place bed working for years on exposure therapy work, and so she's had to stay on the place bed, and I communicate with her with the marker until she can overcome these similar insecurities that Piper has. So the marker is an extremely powerful tool that I've used to communicate with Sam to indicate to her a correct response. So at this point, I can show you, I can bring Drake all the way up here in front of Sam's face. Yes, good job. And they can touch nose to nose as I'm giving her a treat and not have any reaction whatsoever. So you may be asking yourself, will it take my dog years to get to the point where Sam is? Now, my response is, it depends. It depends on the severity of whatever issues that they're working through, and it has really a lot to do with the quality of the work that you put in with the dog. So it may take only a month, but it may take years and years depending upon how severe the issues are. So for Sam, her insecurity is probably something that I will have to deal with her for her whole life. She can't just all of a sudden not be insecure anymore. But over time, she has a correct response and she's more tolerant of the rest of the dogs in her environment.